Previously on Dungeon Masters.
If things do not change, Sithicus will be thrown into the Great Chasm and set aflame.
I think this is soft.
I was a knight! I was a man of honor! What are you?
You're snapped into Solus's beak.
Except Lavender is not with us.
No. You believed the lie that you are the small child's father, and I believed you would do anything to get her back. Embark on this quest, and I will give you the power you need to succeed.
We were married many years ago. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Wasn't that long ago.
There is someone in prison there who may help you. They will try to stray you from your path. They will try to promise you things that they cannot possibly deliver on. That is what the anarchist thrives on.
All I want to know, how can we kill that son of a bitch?
The Taroka cards are still glimmering in their very carefully oriented places right in front of the scintillating red of what you believe to be the Banshee's prison container. You're not quite sure yet. The words that Solus has spoken to you still kind of echo throughout the chamber as the realization dawns on you all that indeed Inza's gifts do come at a cost.
Excuse me. What did you say? For a second there, I thought you said, were-raven.
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting new development. So as you hear this kind of like awful cacophony of like weird kind of cawing and kee-cawing, which doesn't sound quite like a raven, and he's sort of like, his head starts bobbing and like pushing like this, almost involuntarily. And what he hears is, I would very much like to keep this between ourselves for the moment. I don't understand what you mean. I suppose this is the dark gift the person was talking about, Inza.
Sometimes gifts come with consequences.
That I unfortunately know too well. I have always been brave to possess fear and to carry on regardless and whatnot, so I suppose this is a new possibility of experimentation or something. Will it hurt?
If a crow could smile, Solus would. And he merely responds, perhaps it is apt for the experimenter to become the experiment for once.
Indeed.
You
Yes.
should have no fear of transformation with the things you do.
Yes, I suppose this is, although you understand I don't believe in it, sort of karmic reasoning. Hopefully this will be a boon and not a burden to the other. Come along, Solus, let's talk to the others and find out
I've spoken to your little one.
Really?
She talks to the shadows in the gloom of the night.
Is she scared?
No, it's not the first time she stood on a threshold right above a chasm she knows the depths all too well of.
Yes.
You've dangled her there before yourself, have you not?
It was an accident, and how do you know that?
She knows it was an accident.
Wasn't sure how much she remembered before I brought her back.
You know that's what she asked me for. For you to have a fresh start, just like she got.
For the first time in a long time, he doesn't know what to say. You see him, tears welling up in his eyes for no reason. He's still, and he sort of just stops, puts on his glasses, and very gently pats Solus. Well, it appears things are changing for the better. I think maybe it's a good time for us to get on with the task at hand.
What were you talking about with that bird?
Oh, just about Lavender, that she is well. He is in communication. She's strong, and she's going to be all right.
Do you want to send a message to Lavender?
I think maybe you should do that.
Okay.
It appears we have something to talk about, but I think in the meantime, in the interest of moving on, yes, I think you should send a message. Just please tell Lavender I miss her.
Can I send a message to Lavender? Through the eerie token?
Ah, yes,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
token. What does that look like with your strange token when you use this ability that you have?
So it's a lock of hair threaded through her ear, like an earring.
Oh, that's kind of cute. And you do this like every morning for her?
Yes,
as like a little.
Yeah, like a new pair of hairy earrings, if you will.
I love it. I don't believe with the Eerie token she can respond, but you can definitely send a message
We can send a
to
message.
her.
Yeah, great. Well, I would like to send a message through, I don't know, maybe through there's something with the hair that like connects. If I touch my hair, it connects to the lock of hair in her ear, something like that, and say, Lavender, I hope you're okay. I just want you to know that you're dead and I miss you very much. But we know she's okay, more or less.
We know she's going to be okay.
She's going to be just fine, Crem. And we will get her back.
Yes, we will.
Having something valuable to solve, Inz's voice now echoes through the chamber, will be a way to get back that which is valuable to you.
What of the prisoner? The banshee that you have?
The banshee is not the prisoner. I merely have one banshee with which you could maybe barter, but the location of the other two are unknown even to me. But as the Taroka has revealed, there is someone in Sorrow that can help you find the other two.
And do we need to make a bargain with this person? Who are they? And do you know them?
Only by reputation.
How can we get to Sorrow?
Getting into Sorrow is very easy. Getting out, well, prisons are not very good at letting people out, but the fates have decided, and I'm sure you will find a way.
Sounds like this whole place is very easy to get in to and very hard to get out of. So I guess we're used to it.
Not unlike a marriage.
That was a low blow.
Thank you. Thank you for that, sister.
Inza is not nice. Inza is kind of mean.
Oh.
You don't know I have prenup.
Damn.
She's taking money with her, Crem.
Well, Eloin, you've been rather more than usual quiet. And what do you think about all this?
I think we're wasting time.
For once, you and I are in agreement. We should move and go.
I agree.
Yes.
Take your prize with you. And you see that Inza is kind of like referring to the one banshee she has managed to capture for you all.
How big is the container?
It's about the size of Crem.
Okay.
Wait, I have a bag of holding.
Oh, okay.
Will that fit that in there?
There are the diameter, right?
Yeah.
There's rules about diameter.
Did I fail to mention it's an extra large one?
This is actually a very good point. You don't have to keep the banshee in that which contains it.
Yeah, let's let it out. Give it a run around.
Do I know anything about banshees? Would I have a
do any of us
knowledge
know?
and understanding of banshees at all from just like my comings and goings?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
You got it at
Can
disadvantage.
I help by suggesting help? Can I mansplain banshees?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can do guidance, which is better than mansplaining.
Yes. So what you're saying is if we let it out of its gelatinous
It
jelly.
could really fuck us up.
It could scream so loud we die.
Okay.
Given my domain and my understanding of undead, I assume I maybe have a little bit of knowledge of banshees.
That's a good point. Give me a history check.
Okay, history or arcana?
We'll do history because
Okay.
you're drawing on previously studied
Can I
knowledge.
cast guidance on her by giving her some advice about it?
Well, yeah, you were the only member of the party that kind of did look inside this like strange red glass and try to get a sense of this creature. So yeah, definitely.
Without overstepping, I believe I have some information I can share with you, and I give her a little mini monologue.
Ooh,
To the
yes.
point where I also look nervously at my wife whilst I'm monologuing. She's
Shut up, Crem.
So, would that be the help action? Because then I could just roll straight, or are you giving me guidance?
Can I do both?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll do both.
Thank you.
And then my guidance is always a pass in the back.
A little bit of backseat driving, a little bit of an actual spell.
Yep.
Exactly right.
I love it. Okay, history. Ooh. 15 plus 2 plus 0, so 17.
You know a little bit about these creatures. You know that typically the problem is not being under the protection of sunlight.
Okay.
It occurs to you that an entity like this is emotionally volatile, and the best way to protect yourselves would be to ensure that you remain under the cover of sunlight. Should you choose to unleash it.
Do I know about its scream? Would I just inherently have an understanding of?
Well, I think you know that there's some sort of hypnotic element of this because all of you were in Nedragard Keep, and you do know that these banshees are possessed of a almost siren-like song. Their wail is probably less detrimental to you than falling into a very addictive stupor from the sort of calming element of ballads they sing. You're not sure if these ballads only work on Soth or if they would work on all of you.
It would be my recommendation we do not let it out of its containment. The song can be overwhelming to the senses.
Overwhelming in a bad way.
In an addictive sort of way. That is why Soth, I think, seeks them out. I think he has sort of become extremely vulnerable to the compulsion. Do you have 2 more containers we could bring with us for the remaining?
I'm afraid not.
Terrible shame. We will have to be very careful.
And if I'm being completely honest, I don't even know how to open this one.
How did you find it?
Well, it was maybe lifted from somebody else who acquired it by perhaps unscrupulous means. Perhaps you meet that person today, maybe they're angry that I've stolen it from them, but you know, if they do notice it, you didn't get it from me.
Do we need to release all 3 banshees in order to, you know, complete your quest, or can we?
Well, they will need to be released and returned to their places in Soth's quarters.
I believe what my wife is trying to say is, do we need to release them at the place, in fact, together? Or do we release them and they find their way there? How does that work?
Well, you'll have to escort them back. But I've known banshees to be somewhat reasonable if you speak with them, so maybe you can get her to cooperate with you all. Maybe she can even help you.
I'm not really a people person, so...
Oftentimes, feminine creatures of great power are misunderstood.
Perhaps there will be kinship between you and...
Why is everyone looking at me?
Over the table and in the game.
You know, sister, you're a wily one.
So we will have to take this one with us. I guess we should attempt to put it in the bag of holding, or I could like fasten some leather straps. Like
I could
backpack.
help you with that. I had this idea of a baby gnome thing. There was carrying. I couldn't sell it. Didn't get the colors right. But let me put something for
A baby
you.
Njorn?
Baby Njorn, exactly.
Njorn.
That's a branding. Well, we still haven't worked out the name yet, but yeah, it's something a little tinkering around with. Let me just fashion one for you. Just make something out of whatever's around, like vines and branches.
Yeah, just a little harness carry on my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you kind of take this cobbled together sling, you hear against the glass.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
And then a more feverish
Welcome to parenting.
Yeah. I think I bonk, but with the vibe of a question mark. Because I don't know how to open it.
Oh.
I think I like, it's like,
How does one bonk in a question?
the bonk. It's like a,
Oh, very good.
That okay. I kind of get that vibe.
Do you need to open it to be able to speak to them, for them to be able to hear you? For the banshee to be able to hear you?
No.
You didn't get that
no.
impression, yeah.
oh, so I could talk to it.
If you so wished, it wouldn't be able to talk back, but yeah.
I don't know how to open it, but once I find out, I will do my best.
You see the small sort of like iridescent orb breathe on the glass and then using her tongue.
Whoa.
She doesn't have hands.
Nice.
She draws the elvish ruin for ask.
Ask. Oh, ask.
Kind of see the same thing Crem saw. Gelatinous, like witch's hat perched upon a orb with like large cat-like eyes.
Am I close enough to see the Elvish script?
I would say, yeah, if you're standing nearby.
Yeah, it's like you can see this happening.
So there's a couple of things happening with Eloin. I think he's realizing that the pain he felt from Zora has triggered a hunger in him, and he's become very thirsty. And I'm trying to control that hunger. And so I focus on the glass, and I see the script being written. And so I say in Elvish, would you come out and speak with us?
Fantastic.
Whoa.
The glass on your back shatters, kind of falling to the ground uselessly. The gold almost manacles on either side of this tube, clinking to the ground.
I'm about a couple of minutes too late. I just realized what's happening.
I love you, Deb.
You've got to ask for her to come out.
Aw, that's cute. I like that.
I just look at my baby gnome yawn on the floor, like, oh, well, I didn't, okay, if you don't like it.
She comes out with a little bobbling whir, kind of maintaining this strange, almost hot wax form. Her hat kind of flares out a little bit now that she has more space, and you see that wax drips off the ends of it and off of that witchy top. Her cat-like eyes get wider and wider as she grows in size a little bit, and then you notice like a cat-like mouth kind of appear as she greets you all and says, "Hello, my name's Contessa."
Are you my sister?
Sit in my lap.
You want some water from my bottle?
Contessa?
Contessa.
Contessa.
And now, you two just said that she, no offense, is very dangerous? Why did...
Not dangerous, powerful would be the word I would use. Inspiring, beautiful, charming, in fact.
Erudite, one
Why
might
would
say.
you like to her?
Oh, my brave, brave rescuers. I've been trapped for so long.
How long?
Oh, an aeon and an age. You don't mean to take me back to that keep, do you? If you don't, perhaps I shall give you a modicum of power. See, much like my sisters, I am possessed of great, great power. And I can imbue each of you with a shred of it.
What kind of power?
The real kind.
Whilst that she's talking and I'm looking around like this is a terrible idea, I'd like to surreptitiously reach into my bag of holding and find some earwax defenders that I've made for when I'm doing heavy machinery work.
Oh, yeah, you would have
Just for
earplugs.
you?
Just for me.
Wow.
Just a little like waxy ear defenders, but they block out a lot of
knew
sound. That's okay.
I knew it.
Just to have.
Yeah.
You know? Do I need a sleight of hand for that?
No.
Oh, thank you.
I would say it's pretty, yeah, it's on your
Just one
person.
thing, just have them in my fingers, just, yeah.
She's bobbling up and down, kind of like looking you all over.
Do any of us see him do that?
Now that's
For
the
that,
sign.
I would say,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so sleight of hand. The lack of trust in this group.
Lack of trust in this relationship.
Dang.
I think you set that into motion, Neil, when you said bad people.
Yes, this bad people. All right, so this is +3. I don't have proficiency on it. So that's 14 plus 3 for 17.
17.
Against my
Passive perception.
passive perception. Okay, my passive perception is a 14.
So you do not notice it.
Years and years of trying to get away with stuff that my wife
In front of
doesn't
your
see,
wife,
in front
yeah.
of my wife has paid off.
Above the table, I feel very conflicted about this because we are supposed to bring the Banshees back to Soth. If he dies, there's a chance this whole domain dies. But also, she doesn't want to go back. She's verbally explained she doesn't want to go back there.
I don't believe the whole domain's gonna die if we
You
kill
don't believe
Soth.
that if we kill Soth?
Based on
Vibes?
vibes.
Yeah, roll
Based
for
on my vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes by Deborah Wilde.
Vibes for everyone.
I'm also kind of the opinion, to your point, that like, I don't know if maintaining the stupor sleep is the best case scenario for long-term gains in this realm.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so I'm conflicted.
And I like her.
I do too. She's
cute.
Cool. She's really cute.
And I'd love some power.
Real power would be sick. Yeah.
We could just ask her
Ask Contessa.
if there's another way to keep
Oh.
him entertained, or if she knows of a way to
Kill him.
kill him. Yeah.
Oh.
You're quite good at killing people.
As your dungeon master, I would advise you to not have this conversation in front of Inza.
Yeah.
Yes, it's over the table right now.
Yeah, so it's between...
Yeah.
Yeah, we're tadpole in it.
Since
Yeah.
we're over the table, that's why I'm like giving you advice
Yeah,
instead of
100%.
actually trying.
So we should leave this space, though.
You are inside her fortress spell.
Yeah. Okay, we're inside the fortress spell.
We're back in, right?
I think right now we're just having a conversation player-wise, like what do we want to do?
Yes, but now Eloin is saying we've been wasting time, as I've said twice now. We should get on the way. Your daughter is waiting for us.
He has a point.
Very true.
Well, Hints, it's been nice
There
knowing
are
you.
flames that threaten to engulf this entire area if we don't leave quickly.
Contessa, we would love to speak with you, and we will, but we need to leave quickly.
Come with us.
She bobbles along behind you all.
She's so cool.
I really like her.
I do too.
Above
and below.
Everyone give me a intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy. Famous last words. And sorry, for exhaustion, it doesn't count for saves, it's just ability checks?
Just ability check.
Okay, cool.
Which
So an
means I get
intelligence.
advantage on this then.
Yes, perfect.
11.
11.
A 19, baby.
19.
Ooh, do I understand that something's happening to me? Like, could I give myself guidance in this moment? Or, okay,
This is going to be a...
just straight.
Yeah, nothing, because nothing's happening to you.
Got it. 10.
10.
Good. And I get +6. That is a
Oh.
22. Oh, well, I take the advantage. 22.
Yeah. The glimmer of the gold that fell off of her container and fell to the ground as manacles catches both of your eyes. Giving each other a knowing glance, you almost get the sense that as long as you have these, she has to follow you.
So maybe,
Pick them up.
would you like to?
I can pick them up, yeah. I'll
Okay,
go and
sure.
pick up the
So we-
gold. What are they, like handcuffs? What are they?
Yeah, they're like bracelets
Manacles.
that have like a ornate chain between them that you could like...
Great.
Yeah.
I
we
pick
sort
them
of-
up, but I want to make sure that she doesn't see me, that Contessa doesn't see me.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to be kind of like stealthy with it?
Yeah.
Perfect. With how high you roll, this is sort of a mundane action.
Okay, sure.
Should I add it to my inventory?
Yes, you can. Would you like to wear them?
Yeah. But wait, then she'll see me.
Maybe under the skirt? Like a little ankle
Next
My
time-
ankles?
Ankle bracelet?
Yeah. Clip, clop. Done.
Next time you take a rest, you may attune to them, as they are a magic item.
Nice. Nice.
I love D&D.
I'm going to start moving towards the exit.
I'll follow.
Eloin's like, come on, guys.
You move towards the exit, and Contessa kind of like bobbles in the air, looking around, excited to be out of the vial, and follows you.
I recall in Lord Soth's chamber there were these 3 torches that were unlit. I'm guessing that that's tough. That's tough. So they've been in little candle form for, wow, that's a rough time. Okay. That's a tough time for them.
Oh.
Yeah, those are the 3 alcohols.
Those 3 crystalline, yeah.
No notes by Adam.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're so clever.
I do my best. I'm trying. I love this game so much. You've been at a candle for eons?
Yes, bound to sing tales of Soth's greatness to him.
Contessa, I just purely for academic reasons, I would love to do a little sort of in the field interview with you about your experiences, but mainly about how that interacts with this diabolical Soth character. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, a simple
He makes
interview.
me sing all day long.
I'd like to make some notes of everything she's saying.
Yeah,
to try
yeah.
and glean the idea of how this works. If that makes sense.
Yes,
just
yes.
asking mundane questions as we travel, but really quite leading questions of, and then what happens and what kind of resonation and what kind of
Yeah.
music.
Can you talk while you walk, perhaps?
Yes.
I can do, I
Yeah.
would try that.
Haven't seen it very often, but maybe today is the
Well,
day.
I've a new
Okay,
trick.
shut up.
As you make your journey to Sorrow, Contessa does tell you of sort of her plight. Each of her sisters sings a different tale of Soth's life, and each one serves as a balm for a different burn for him.
Okay.
Contessa's job is to speak of his great victories, of him being an honorable knight. But based off the tapestries, you know that perhaps that was a small chapter in his life compared to the chapter that ensues.
So she sings of the great victories. Okay.
Everyone give me an insight check.
I need to feed. I'm becoming more ravenous, so I want to also find food on the way.
Absolutely.
What check, sorry?
Insight.
Insight.
So now, that one.
Oh.
I'm hungry. I
Yeah.
need food.
Yeah.
I got a nat 20 and a 19.
Nice.
Okay.
Plus 6, so 25.
All right.
I got my gnomish cunning cancels out the exhaustion. Was that only on saves?
Ability check.
Saves.
Damn. Okay. Which case I'm gonna roll twice. I got a 16. That's 15, and I got a 13. So I got a 12.
A 12.
Yep.
We have a 25. 13, and then a 1. Yeah, those of you with over a 12 get the sense that she's going to tell you anything you want to hear, because that's her job.
Anything.
So
we
not
want-
necessarily the
Yeah.
truth, just what we want to hear.
She's going to appeal to your ego. You would know this with the 25. It's not out of malice, it's because this was her role for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eons.
eons.
So the
It's
id,
a
ego,
state.
super ego.
So she's gonna, she's gonna just pander to whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get the sense of this, especially Wesley, like as she kind of bobbles around your head and tells you, oh, what a noble charge to take, to release people from the suffering of existence. You're truly a blessed one.
Thank you. I don't love
Tell
it.
me about it. Tell me about your goddess.
Oh, real? She is tall, menacing. Sometimes she takes the form of an owl, a large, menacing owl, sometimes the form of a maiden, brandished in dark metal armor and wielding a massive mace with icicles sticking out. She believes that the cold embrace of death comes for us all.
Oh, I imagine you're so devoted to her, she must be devoted to you back. I bet if you could summon her here, she would make quick work of Salt and free all of us.
That would be my hope, but it seems her powers barely reach me in this place.
Oh, pish. I bet that that's just something he told you.
But with that 25, you know that
Yeah.
she's just doing her job
Yeah.
like a bartender.
Like a
Yeah.
bartender.
Working her tips.
I think knowing that is her motive, what do you make of this place? What do you think?
Of this place?
Yes.
I have to be honest, I didn't know there was another place before you told me that there was. This is all I've ever known.
There are many other places.
I would like to go see them very much. I wonder if you'd take me. You're sure to be successful in your quest, and I can be a great, great help to you, especially where we're going. Sorrow's a horrible prison, and you'll need all the help you can get, and I intend to give it to you.
I think if I can, I sort of maybe kind of like do a little eye roll or something, like something
Yeah.
to just insinuate that I'm like, she's very complimentary.
I do this.
How connected to dark powers and magic are banshees, and maybe particularly Contessa?
They are heralds of doom that feed on the living.
So would we say quite?
But typically, banshees are drawn to torment and pain.
Okay, I suppose what I'm getting at is how, given my things that you know about me, that not everyone does, how attracted would I be to whatever power the banshees wield? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think this is up to you.
Okay.
She is offering you an alternative
It is
way.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, understood.
I know when you get pretty hungry and you were not able to find food.
Am I able to find food?
Give me a survival check.
I am not able to find food.
So
That's
I
a
think
2.
knowing that, I cure wounds myself as I offer you my wrist.
Are you sure you want to do that?
We're in a rush.
And I latch on violently.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've done
wow.
this before.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just get a room.
1, 2.
This is purely for medical purposes.
No, I'm sure it is. I just far to be your proclivities and whatnot. Actually, can I use this opportunity of extreme social awkwardness to turn and start having a look?
Like you've never drank someone's blood.
Well,
you know?
I'm playing a different character.
I know, but
And yes, we've all been there, girl. I know. Right now, I'm not playing here. Although he lives in my brain 24/7. Whilst I do that, is it okay? I'd like to, because they're having this thing, could I check out the manacles that she's now wearing?
Yeah.
You're gonna lift up my skirt?
Are you wearing them
I
on your
forgot
ankles?
you put it on your ankle. Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing the ankles.
You could try.
Let's play this out.
5 points of healing, 5 points of damage. Cool. I pull back and I'm immediately ashamed. And I say to you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean what I said earlier. I didn't use you. You know that. I was hungry.
I know, but don't do it again. I'm not stupid. My gift is free to give. I know you do not use me, so do not lie.
I won't lie to
Understood?
you. I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you.
Thank you. I will cure wounds and see if I get my health back. 2d8. Cool, I'm all healed up again.
There's a moment that I hover behind her, where I think about biting her again.
But you don't.
Not yet.
The rest of your journey passes uneventfully, unless there's something eventful you would like to do.
Just to check out what the nature of the magic is.
I'm gonna kick him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry, Zora. I didn't need to have a look at
What
the...
are you doing, Crem?
I'm just... No,
kick him.
Now's not the
Can
time.
I roll for damage?
Yeah, you can tell you.
Yeah, you can do an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just need to have a look, as I'm like ignoring her and trying to pull up really inappropriately, trying to pull up the hem of her skirt to have a look at these items.
Oh, yeah, you gotta ask before you do
yeah,
something
you
like
definitely
that.
have to ask. Yeah, you do.
I don't know. That's a 2.
Just 4.
But so used to I am of her occasionally lashing out, I anticipate the kick and just like to do that. I go,
You've taken 4 points of damage.
I thought you said 2 as in the roll.
2
attack
plus
roll.
2.
No. 2 to the
So you-
roll.
To the roll.
Oh,
It's,
No,
so
you missed.
yeah, you're.
I get it. No, I get it. It's fine.
So did you roll to hit?
Yeah.
So let's roll to hit
She
first.
did, yeah.
Oh, she
I
did.
rolled. No, I didn't, Christian. We're gonna roll again. Now I'm rolling to hit.
Oh, come on.
What is? Oh!
It's an 18.
An 18. So that does hit. Your
For
damage is 1 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
No.
That's not good.
Yeah.
It's a -1.
So
Okay,
nothing.
so yeah, you do hit, but it's like I'm sorry, sir.
It's like,
It hurts you.
It hurts me. I end up kicking myself. Instead.
so actually, when you go to kick, I'm going to grab the item, which is why I go to Just go, I'm not trying anything, sorry. This is for science. I need to see what these things do. Please, Zora, I'm sorry, I should have asked.
You have 5 seconds to look at them and then let go.
Thank you. I know, it's not, I should have asked. I'm sorry. And I just want to very quickly, with, again, one eye on the other foot of where that's going, to work out what this thing does.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
While they're all distracted, I'm going to just saddle up next to Contessa. And I'm going to have a brief conversation with her after this.
So this is a +6, but it's my proficiency, that's an extra 3, or is that even built into
That's built in. If
Right,
you're,
okay,
yeah,
so this
for
is just a
using
+6.
D&D Beyond. It's never been easier.
It's never been easy.
Never been
D&D
easier.
Beyond, folks. It's a +6. That is a 14 + 6 for a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
As you're kind of looking at these manacles, your theory that Contessa is bound to whoever wears them is correct. You notice now that Contessa does kind of always, almost like a car with bad alignment, kind of always veer towards Zora. Like she goes within a certain distance and then just kind of bobbles back. Knowing that's a magical item, you also feel the thrum of arcane magic as you kind of study these, and looking at the runes on them, you do believe that this grants the wearer the use, upon attunement, of the magic missile spell.
Oh.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
That's nice.
Zora,
You don't have to expend a spell slot.
Zora, so I just, these are actually quite powerful items. Not only do you attune to our little friend, but also it gives you the ability to cast missile sorts through magic. But be careful with it. You do need to spend time. I don't know how to guide you through, but you'll
I'm
find
already
out.
ignoring him.
Yes. As I keep
As
rambling.
he's talking, I'm
as I
just
keep
like,
talking.
I've understood, I'm already turned away somewhere.
And then, of course, you need the... and just keep going.
Shut up, Crem.
Oh, sorry, dear.
You do have time to attune to these manacles with this new information as you're traveling to Sorrow, if you so wish.
Attunement is good.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Yeah, I attune to them.
As you attune to them, you immediately notice Contessa hum with power and grow even larger. And as she does, you all gain a level.
Whoa! Cool. All right.
Oh, real power!
Yes, Devora.
Wonderfully set
Real
up.
power!
But she also swoops in close to your ear and says, I can give you more if you take me away from here.
Take you where?
Any place other than here. I can give you anything you want.
Any place other than Sithicus.
Yes. I want to see the outside, this outside that you speak of, this Baldur's Gate that you speak of. I want to go there. If you take me there,
Contessa,
I have more to give.
I wish I knew how to get there. But this is exactly what we are trying to figure out, how to get back to Baldur's Gate. Contessa, I don't know what this strange feeling is, but I feel like I know you. I've known you for many years. And I think you would fit in nicely in Baldur's Gate.
I think I would too. We'll go there together one day.
Eloin, you did sidle up to Contessa to speak with her. As she kind of like stretches her newfound abilities, you notice that she can actually wander further away from Zora than she could before. That range now increasing to about 20 feet from 10.
Okay. I say, so that no one else can hear me, those two, they'll do anything to protect their daughter. And you shouldn't trust them. I value my autonomy. It was stolen from me. I would hate to see you be imprisoned again.
I'll do anything if it means I won't go back to that place anymore.
You should stay close.
In some ways, I guess that makes me a little bit like them.
Like whom?
None of us have autonomy. We're all bound to someone or something, even if it's our own whims and desires.
Are you okay to be imprisoned in that tower again?
Well, no, but that doesn't mean I'll be completely free. I don't think you're nearly as imprisoned as you think you are as well. You have more will than you know.
I have more will? What does that mean? I have
You
to
view
feed on
your
others.
gift as a curse, but I mean, if you think of it that way, aren't we all cursed?
No. No.
Being bound to a place is a horrible punishment, but sometimes you're bound to other people. Sometimes you're bound to your own wants and desires and needs. If yours is feeding in such a gruesome manner, isn't that better than something else? At least you found a way to control it. What if you were bound to something you couldn't?
I was trying to help you, but
I'm trying to help you.
I don't want your help. I just decided.
Why have you decided you're a cursed creature? Maybe you're a creature merely giving in to its own nature. Does the wolf feel guilty when it feeds on the sheep?
I've decided I don't want to talk to you any longer.
Oh, well, that's not very nice at all.
You're not very nice at all. You pretend to be. That's your job, isn't it? I'm gonna slink away now.
She comes back to you all.
We're almost to Sorrow.
You can tell? Does it feel different than here?
Oh, it does.
About the table. Didn't it just say that the person we're going to meet, imprisoned, Contessa, belonged to that person?
She was the one who invented the prison that contained her.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go meet this person and ask them for help. Aren't they going to be a little bit upset about the fact that we're showing up with their property?
Inza did warn of that, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's got rage, and like an arrow, we can potentially redirect it.
Let's disguise her.
Oh.
Well, like with a mustache?
The banshee.
A waxy mustache.
A waxy
Banshee,
mustache.
yeah, Contessa.
Is it corporeal?
I mean, I was gonna say, she's quite easy to hide.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big is she?
She's like this, like she was this big,
But also-
and now she's like this big.
But it seems like she can
Yeah,
she?
she's ectoplasm.
Pretty sure there's problems when you put people into bags of holding.
Yeah, you can't breathe.
You can't breathe in
I
them.
feel really bad saying this, but she's not people.
No, that was the thought process. So because she's not people, I can theoretically put her in my bag if she doesn't mind that. But then again, she's now attached to
Well, I was going to stuff her down my dress and pretend I'm pregnant.
Much better idea. Let's actually just do that. Yeah. Let's do that. Because maybe also in a prison, people will be kinder to us because you're pregnant. Okay.
Privileges.
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 That's not dark or weird at all.
So, would Contessa like to, I would like to ask for Contessa's consent.
Oh yeah, she happily pops down into there.
Great.
You feel like a gentle warmth as she...
She's so great and so
Can
complicated.
she do it like sort of giving me a hug around the middle, that kind
Absolutely.
that kind of way?
Yeah, she doesn't have arms, but she can like kind of...
What does she look? I really need a visual. I'm so confused.
She's like a blobby sort of.
But she has a hat?
She has a little blobby hat. She's like a
But
little.
the rest of the body is like...
It's a
like,
blobby.
like the end of Casper's,
lava lamp.
like Casper, the ghost.
Oh!
It's like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a
Ectoplasm.
ghost.
Yeah.
It's an ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm. Yeah.
Okay.
This is what she looks like.
She's so cute.
Amazing drawing.
Perfect.
Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
It's so cute.
Yeah, love it.
and,
Okay.
and see how this is like kind of drippy?
A little drippy.
Yeah, that is what
Okay,
she
great,
looks
great.
like.
That's great.
I love
Now
her.
we can't kill her.
That's the
She's
thing.
too
And we
cute.
can't put her in candle prison
No.
again.
It's kind of just goop right
Okay,
now.
great, great.
Okay.
That's great.
I'd like to start getting some paper and start making origami. I want to try and augment Solus
Aww.
and sort of buff him up a little bit.
Is it like a prosthetic wing for Solus?
Kind of. I'm actually going to give him sort of larger wings and I like his talon things.
Like Da Vinci-esque?
Kind of Da Vinci-esque, yeah. And start making him like more impressive in many ways. So any of his attributes I'm sort of going to extend now and just sort of like little things that loop onto his beak and his talons get longer, that kind of stuff.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
The steampunk lives.
that's right.
That's
But with
sick.
paper.
Paper and small
paper
bits of,
punk.
maybe small bits of metal and sticks.
Some little sticks and
Yeah.
things to hold.
I think while he's tinkering, I'm going to come up to you and sort of kneel down and just say, we don't see eye to eye. In fact, I'm not...
Is that a slight? We don't see eye to eye?
Well, now we're seeing eye to eye because I'm kneeling.
Again, I'm not entirely sure if you're insulting me or starting a conversation.
I'm trying to be genuine with you, Professor.
Well, Eloin, I admit sometimes I can be a little cantankerous and...
Do you mind if I finish saying what I was going to say?
Yeah, all right, well, carry on. Let's carry on. I'm just tinkering away as he's talking.
I wanted to tell you, we don't see eye to eye. I don't even think we like each other that much, but I wanted to tell you because she lies and she hurts the people who are closest to her.
Whom are you talking about?
Our wife. We never separated. We didn't divorce. I left because she pushed me away.
I'm going to stop fiddling with the bits. I take off my glasses and put them back into my bag of holding. I come up to my full height of 4 feet. I look you square in the eye. Well, seems you and I are at an impasse. You knew, didn't you, before? That's why you called her Nora. Yeah, you think I don't listen, that I'm away with the dreams of an inventor, but I listen good. I know now this. I was not told. I entered into this partnership. I'm raising my voice because I don't give a shit who he is. I entered this partnership with good faith and an open heart. And now I have this. And you. And her. And you want what? To be civil? To come to an agreement? Some kind of arrangement, perhaps, to suit you and your whatever you call a conscience? Well, sir, you won't get it from me. No, sir, indeed. We are in this because we are here to solve the situation we're in and to save our daughter. Something which you, I believe, could not possibly understand. So if you want to do something, I suggest you avoid me. And we shall carry on, knowing that in a fight, I will be there. Otherwise, I believe, sir, we have very little to discuss. I carry on with my tinkering.
The rest of the journey to sorrow is stonily silent. The prison sits forlorn in the midst of a mist of fog that is difficult to pass. You are granted some respite as the sun is still out, but you already see the gloom growing. And where it clings, you see it pull things into dark places, into shadows, not to emerge again. Butterflies plucked out of the sky by strange, ethereal hands and drawn into the dark places of the earth. You know that as the dusk gathers, these hands will grow larger and more powerful, and you will be as breakable as a butterfly to it. Sorrow appears before you, almost like a beacon, but it does not instill you with any hope. It is lit from within, but not with a light that is warm, but with one that is impossibly cold. You might find some comfort in that. At first you're confused, as this place has been described as a prison to you, but there are no bars on the windows, no gates. Just a strange, translucent, waxy substance that kind of perpetually drips over the cold stone and onto the earth around you and pools. As you pass under the archway into the prison, you are met with sculptures of impossible beauty. At first you think it's real people, almost frozen in time, but when you come closer, you realize they are wax statues, carved with impossible care, depicting all kinds of atrocities. Men being flayed, and you see the striations in the muscular tissue, and it's almost as though you can feel every whip strike peeling back the skin. You see images of people being strung up by their ankles and sawed in half, images of murder, nightmare-like creatures, sculpted with an eye for detail that, for a moment, makes you wonder if they will spring to life. And above it all, you hear the gentle humming of a foul artisan in his workshop. And then you feel the warmth as the sweat begins to bead on your brows. And then you see it, warm, molten pools of wax running in rivulets and collecting in places where the drainage has failed all around you. And still you hear the echoing hum. But no guards to keep you in or out. Impossibly beautiful scenes, as though plucked from real life and duplicated here for your pleasure or amusement. As you walk past the gallery, you hear it. The thin voice of a proper man, a gentleman, speaking to what you can only assume is his captive. But I don't really want to have a one-sided conversation, so if it's okay, I'm going to bring my friend Alex Warren to the table.
What a reveal! How dare you? How dare you?
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Ravenloft.
Yes.
I just got here.
How was the flight into Ravenloft?
You know, choppy.
Caradoc, your former business partner, addresses you. Well, you see, it was nothing personal. Surely thou would understand it was a job, and really, if you were good at your job, you wouldn't have gotten caught, Liv.
I've told you before not to call me that.
What else should I call you, Death?
Look, you know as well as I do how good I am at what I do. Me getting caught doesn't equate to how good I am.
Listen, there's no reason I can't get you out of here.
Then do it.
I want to know the location of the other two banshees. You've already fumbled the first one. I can't believe you let Inza get it. I'm not going to lie. When I saw Soth's knights take you away, I probably could have intervened, but you were a welcome distraction. It was your skin or mine. It's not anything so personal, and now we can conduct business like adults. You are an adult, aren't you?
Oh, an adult. Fine. What are you offering? What do you want?
Your freedom. Right now, I'm assuming that's precious to you, or do you want to continue to be melted alive into these sort of sordid memories of yours? Because I have to say, I do rather enjoy coming by and seeing it every day.
I'm listening. My release is on the table. What do you want? To find the other two banshees?
Yes.
Know their location?
Yes, you hate Soth.
I hate salt.
We all hate salt.
If I were to acquire the 3 banshees, I could find a way forward. Perhaps a new Dark Lord, perhaps another way. And if you have to choose, the boot under which you'll be crushed, isn't my lacquered boot a little bit better than salt's?
Well, when you put it like that, I think we can help each other.
I'm sorry, do I recognize this voice?
Eloin, you do.
Oh man.
What?
Do I see them?
Let's get a group stealth check.
Oh, no.
18.
I got an 18 too.
Oh, these are disadvantage, damn it. All right. Okay.
A 2.
Mine's with +6, but at disadvantage because of exhaustion. So I get a 9 and a 5, 11. Yeah.
Okay.
My passive perception is 18.
What was the point of rolling?
You see a party kind of becoming aware of your voices, and you realize Caradoc does not see them. His attention is focused on you. I'm your only way out.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like there's a few points in the contract that we could tighten up a little bit before I reveal the information with which you're looking for. Now, you're offering my release, but is it unconditional, or are you going to be pulling a little bit of funny business?
You know nothing with me is unconditional.
Then what are the conditions?
Don't play stupid.
And as I'm speaking, how close are they?
They're probably about 40, 50 feet away.
Okay.
You can barely see them just past like the glow of like this molten wax.
Okay.
And as you kind of hear this voice and maybe try to be a little bit quiet, you see the almost glowing blue form of a ghostly knight. Then you see something rather horrifying. Tell me, Alex, what is the torment you are forced to enact out every day?
The scene you see that Lividity is now stuck in is a moment in time in which her eye was shot out of her face by an arrow. The arrow is sticking out of the eye.
Yeah, I love it.
I gave it back.
Wait, you gave it back?
You feel the hot wax of what was your vitreous fluid kind of coming down your face. You see Caradoc's lip curl. Well, you're not going anywhere, are you? I'll let you think about it. Melder, take extra slow care with this one. And he turns on his heel and vanishes into Ichor.
We don't have a lot of time to explain this, but friend is a big word. She's a co-worker.
You know her? Co-worker.
Knew her. Yes. We have to free her. Call it a debt.
How many debts do you have?
I've been around for 200 years.
So a lot?
Yes. I want to assess, so this looks like there's one way in, one way out, or one way in.
Yeah. So you entered through here, the gallery, and you've now found yourselves in the central chamber here. There is a small raised stone on which the Melder's newest wax creation is being cast in real time. You can feel every second of it, Lividity. You've been burning from the feet up for days. Where the wax hardens, it is impossible for you to move. And above you, there is a single stalactite of wax that slowly drips, searing you every time it does, casting you in a perfect image.
Lividity, she is a tiefling and has skin, this sort of purplish pink skin, the color of lividity, which is the color of blood when it pools in a corpse. One eye that is free and not gone is this sort of black sclera with this writhing purple pupil, and on the other eye, which has now been taken, it's raw and discolored from not being taken out cleanly. And there is a long scar that runs from the corner of her lip on the left side of her face and sort of jaggedly runs up the side, and she's just covered in small scars and things of a life of unpleasantness. Wearing what you can see underneath the wax that has been applied to her is this sort of like form-fitting leather body glove situation.
Yeah, give me a Constitution save.
Incredible.
Oof.
That is a 10.
Hearing Caradoc's words to take special time with you, you know that sometimes the Baldur delights in giving his wax creations trinkets of gold, and you realize he is now dripping hot gold on you. It falls and forms in perfect rings around your fingers. In spite of yourself, you let out a cry of pain as it's grafted onto your hand. You take 6 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
Liv, you hear in your ear an old calling card. Just
Torm's balls.
okay, you gotta help us out here, Liv. How do we get you out? Is there a tripwire? Failsafe?
Not that I'm aware of. I think it's just wax. And a little gold.
Above the table? We freeze it to get him out?
Freeze the wax?
Yeah.
Or
Isn't that kind of hard in it, though? I would do the opposite. I would melt the wax so it becomes more liquid, and then she can step out of it.
is the wax magic? Like, it's hardened into this marble, but is it magic?
That's a good question.
May have a plan.
I have a mace.
Ooh.
What was your plan?
Well, I was going to say reduce Lividity size,
That's
and
cool.
then we can just then lift her out, maybe.
Just boop.
Very cool.
Yeah. I like that.
Zora would like to cast reduce on Lividity with the idea of reducing her size, so then we can just pop
Puppies.
her out, like boop, like a Kinder egg.
I mean, this does. The logic is sound.
Hey, Lividity, nice to meet you. I'm gonna shrink you. It's just temporarily to get you out of this wax prison you're in, and then perhaps we can find out how you know Eloin.
Oh, I feel like I could offer that information if you get me out of here.
That sounds like a deal to me.
What is happening?
All right, so if you allow this to happen to you, you'll have disadvantage on strength checks and saving throws, and your attacks with your little baby weapons will deal 1d4 less damage on hit.
And the way that my reduce works is like a little.
You did the snoot?
Yeah.
Nice.
Shrinks down.
So, what was the plan other than making me small?
As you shrink down Lividity and your cast kind of becomes too large for you, your plan works at first. But where the metal is still hot and still freshly grafted, Lividity, when you pull your hand away, your skin does not come with it.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
And your fingers, 2 of them, are degloved.
Wow.
You take 8 points
Oh, God.
of damage.
Necessary evil, I'm afraid.
Did you pick her up?
I guess I'm about to.
Yeah. As you go to pick up Lividity, you hear it, a strange cracking sound from all around you. And then you hear a thin voice say, "Oh, that won't do. Yes, it appears one of the mechanisms is clogged."
You're having quite the morning.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
Yay!
Can I do the Cure Wounds before initiative, please? I beg. I beg you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mayanna takes such good notes and pays such close attention that when Mayanna begs, Mayanna gets what she wants.
Thank you. 3 and 2, 5 plus 6, you get 11 back.
Incredible.
Roll for initiative.
There.
I'm so wee. Terrible.
You didn't get the natural 20.
You willed it into existence.
What'd you get?
Got a 3.
A 3?
Which is, no, my total is, that would be 8.
You wanna know what I got?
Yes.
A natural 20! Yeah!
What you got?
13.
13.
8.
8. Which one of you two would like to go first?
Me.
And I roll with a +3. 16. Oh, what was that? I can't see it.
19.
19. Thank you very much. Yeah, 16 +3.
19, 13. I'm just going to confirm. So we have Zora at 20, Crem at 19, Eloin at 13, Lividity at 8, and Wesley at 8. Or should I say
rear every time.
Calyx?
Oh yeah, Calyx.
Oh, is that what we refer to you now?
You can call me whatever. You can call me Calyx or Wesley.
It's really cool. I really hope that bit of knowledge helps you with everything that's about to happen. I will need the help of other hands. I'll do them.
Two of these are on either side of that plinth that you were on. And in fact, I believe,
Is that a headless?
Lividity, you were on that plinth and the party was kind of around you.
I don't know. It looks like it's been shot through the head.
That doesn't have a head. These are torture scenes that are coming to life.
Oh, that's lovely.
This red wizard is going to be here.
Not another one.
And then this one is actually coming out of the hot wax pool.
Ooh. A lot of baddies.
Don't worry, guys. I don't got this, but I will be hiding behind someone.
Good luck on this one, guys.
Thank you.
It might get a little hairy.
Yeah.
Remember that running is always an option.
That's right.
Jasmine, before we start,
Yes,
is Lividity still small?
Yeah, until you drop the spell. You can choose to drop it at any point in time.
Does that cost her bonus action or her full action?
I think dropping concentration is free.
Oh, beautiful.
I think, yeah. Zora, you're first up. You see these gruesome scenes begin to shift and come to life, and you realize with a sinking feeling in your stomach that some of these wax works of art are moving entities of their own will. There are others that are still stationary along the wall, which is good for you, but you get the sense that not all of these are prisons. Some of them are autonomous. They move towards you with hands outstretched, eager to fix the problem with the Melder's creation. You're up first. What do you do?
Okay, first I'd like to drop the spell so Lividity goes back to her normal size.
Absolutely.
Okay. Great. Then I would like to activate my innate sorcery, please.
Absolutely.
I'd like to be a spellcaster,
What would you
please.
What would you like to do with it? Is that like to restore one of your spell slots?
I didn't really think that far ahead.
No, you're okay. Here, let's go through this together. Let me look. So as you activate your innate sorcery, you all see almost like a static arcane electricity kind of surround Zora. The spell save DC of your spells is increased by 1, and you'll have a bonus to your attack rolls as well.
Nice. That's great. So she
Great.
rolls with advantage when she does a spell
Yes,
attack?
when she does a spell attack.
Gorgeous.
And
That's
even if you were to do like a spell save thing like Fireball, the difficulty to evade it goes up by 1.
Great.
So it helps all of your spells across the board.
Then I would like to use my golden anklets to activate my magic missile, which will not use a spell slot.
It will not. Yes, that's true.
Ooh.
It will, however, use your action.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
It's an evocation spell with a range of 120 feet, and it's instantaneous. Oh, only 3 glowing dots.
Yes, but
Really?
they all hit no matter what.
It's automatic hit, so that's very useful.
Yeah.
How about 7 glowing dots?
They can all hit the same person to do extra damage.
Yeah, if you want to throw all darts at once.
Yeah, no, I know. I just hoped that they would go to all the enemies.
That is the level 1. This has 3 charges per day.
Okay.
Every time you take a long rest, you're going to roll a d4 to replenish the charges on it. And it casts at level 2, so you will have 4 darts.
That's nice.
Okay, you know what, Jasmine? I like that. Thank you.
It's a really good spell because it always hits, but the damage is a little lower because it always hits.
That's noted. That's good info.
Well, also,
You know?
force damage is relatively non-resistible by most creatures.
Most things don't get affected.
Okay, so I'm here. I'd like to hit these 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage. It's 1d4 plus 1 force damage to each of them.
Pointy triangle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's super helpful, actually.
You're welcome, Queen.
Pointy triangle. Pointy triangle. That's a 2.
3?
Yes, so
3.
each of them are hit for 3 damage.
Great.
Nice.
With your back turned to it, Lividity, and kind of following the instructions of its creator, this creature emerging, freshly formed from this hot wax in the pool behind you, takes a piece of itself and flings it at you.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
But more importantly, as the wax begins to re-imprison you, your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
They're trying to keep me here.
Crem.
Yeah. You've just enlarged back to your normal size.
I'm normal size now.
Okay, cool. Lividity, your name is? I don't know what you're capable of, but I think you might need these. As a bonus action, I'm gonna ask with a little like high-pitched voice, maybe it's gonna work. I'd like to pull out from my bag of holding essentially like repair hammers and just hand them to Lividity as like weapons.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, you might want to chip away with these things. They're pretty sturdy. And as like bonus action, do that. Then.
Thanks.
And then very quickly, do I know if acid melts wax well? I know that fire would, but does acid particularly good?
Give me an investigation check. This would be studying the target.
Yes, we'll be studying the target. So this is investigation. And I have Gnomish Cunning, so that would balance out the debuff I've got.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so this is +6 to my roll. What's that? 12.
12. So if you take a turn to study the target, that is your action.
Yes,
is that
I
okay?
understand that.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. You cast a careful eye over these creations, and as you study the way they move and the nature of the wax, you recall sealing vials of acid with wax, and you know that acid, although effective, won't be particularly effective against them. And also watching them kind of like crack and reform with every step and every movement, you also surmise that they would be resistant to a lot of different types of physical attacks.
Maybe not fire, though. No, stands to reason. They
Definitely
all whack.
not fire.
So I spent my entire round basically coming up with the obvious.
Well, yeah, they're resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
I know it's obvious, but fire is the way forward, folks. You might want to think about that.
The headless one in front of you moves towards you as you are like sort of studying it with your appraising eye.
I'm so lost in the study, I don't notice it's moving towards me. Like, thank you, it's coming closer, good.
You see the beheaded form of what was clearly at some point a sculptor as it is holding chiseling tools. It swings at you twice.
Okey-dokey.
And that is 11 slashing damage. You duck underneath the chisel, and then the second tool catches you right up here, like in the clavicle.
Ow.
Eloin.
Welcome to
Welcome to
Ravenloft.
That's my damage bark.
Eloin, you are surrounded by these grisly scenes brought to life. What do you do?
I would like to do two things. I would like to retreat from the group, run up the wall 20 feet, and then try to hide.
Wow. Heroes of Ravenloft.
You know that thing that people do.
That's 10 plus 10, 20 stealth.
Is hide your bonus action or your action?
That would be my action, I guess.
Amazing.
I don't know if I can do this as a bonus action or not, but what I'd like to try to glean is where the warden is.
This isn't difficult for you to do. As you're like sort of on the ceiling, you see all these different spouts that kind of come down, almost as though they are the various mouths of an organ being played somewhere above you.
Okay.
You know he's up. That's about as much as you can glean from like a quick bonus action.
Okay,
like
and I am
around.
successfully hidden?
Well, you won't know. You got a 20.
I passed the turn.
The second headless creature shambles forward. It is going to strike Crem.
Well, it's been nice playing with everybody.
It shambles forward. This one has chains kind of dragging where it was bound in some sort of scene of torture. The chains have jagged metal links. It strikes at you twice. That is a 7 and a 17.
7 and 17. The 17 is absolutely going to hit, yeah. The 7 will not.
Max damage on one of those dice. 13 more damage as the chains come down on you.
Oh no.
Okay, that's not fantastic, but I'm still up and about. Little help here, and I don't mean little because I'm diminutive.
One of the waxworks in the back is going to move forward. From there, he has a clear shot at you.
Okay.
He's going to pull off a piece of himself.
Okay.
and fling it at you, kind of crushing it in his hand as he does so.
Like a cursed snowball.
Yeah, he pulls off his left hand, melts it with his right, and flings it at you.
Oh.
For a dirty 20,
Okay. All
you
right.
take 10 points
you
of bludgeoning
doing?
damage
10 points
as
of bludgeoning.
the wax strikes you, and your speed is also reduced by 10 feet. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 5 plus 6, 11.
You hear the voice from somewhere up above say, "Oh yes, this is new." And it occurs to you, Lividity, that although the Melder knows the shape of your torment, he does not know yours, and he is eager to find out. Yes. What about this? You feel violated as a waxy hand kind of rifles through your memory at its own pleasure, plucking out one that it likes in particular. At your feet, you begin to see the molten wax form into waxen figures that try to hold you down. The childlike hand of your brother. And then the soft, fluffy paw of an old friend.
Oh my god. Okay, it's not my turn yet. I'm
It
locked
is
in.
not your turn.
I'm so locked in, babe.
Lividity, you're up. You're on deck.
So Lividity, being hit with this wax and realizing it's slowing them down, handed these two tiny ball-peen hammers. This is not gonna work. Just tosses one over their shoulder and is going to rotate around here
Oh, yes.
to gain
absolutely.
advantage, and then is going to rears back their right arm, and a bunch of sort of this green smoke starts coming off of it, and you're like, today's a good day, and just is going to ram their hand forward, casting Chill Touch with advantage.
Nice. Love chill touch.
Wow. Terrible. That's going to be a total of 14 to hit.
That is a hit.
All right. For 2d10 damage. That is 12 points of necrotic damage. As it jams the hand forward and this sort of green mist envelops it and then just sticks its hand into the wax and all this smoke starts billowing out of it.
As your hand plunges in, you do kind of sink past its like mushy, fleshy form, and your hand comes around its belt of sculpting tools. Your hand emerges with a fettling knife. Typically used for more artistic endeavors, it could probably do some gruesome work in your hands.
Whoa.
Better. And then I will use my bonus action to use my ability to disengage, and I will
Fabulous.
move this over past here.
Nice.
Perfect. Wesley.
Okay, I am still within 5 feet of Crem. So I am going to do a Cure Wounds on Crem. It's a touch-based spell, so I think I give you a pat on the back. You can roll it if you'd like, or I can roll it if you'd like.
I'm gonna let you roll it
All right.
just in case it doesn't go well.
2d8 plus, then you can blame me.
Yep.
13 back.
Big health.
Amazing.
Big health.
Thank you.
The wax figure robed in red is going to shamble forward 10 feet, and then they're going
is great for
to
me.
strike at you twice. With the sword in its hand for 21
Yeah?
and 13.
No.
Nice.
That's going to be 13.
What are you doing to me?
Yes, that's going to be 13 slashing damage as the sword comes down
Absolutely horrible.
across your charred hand, taking one of your fingers with it.
What are you doing?
You're losing so many fingers, dude.
Zora, you're up.
So glad we're here. I would like to cast Fireball. Right.
Yeah, no, where do you want to shoot it?
No, that was not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm worried about dying.
Just
Oh,
wondering.
no one's gonna.
It's got an area effect that's quite wise.
20-foot radius,
I was
right?
gonna put it, sort of plop it right. You sort of
Just the dice.
Okay,
I'm not gonna do a Theo Solomon and help my friends.
You're trying to clear a way out. Am I correct?
I'm trying to kill some bad guys.
What level do you cast it at?
Level 3. And may I remind you, Jasmine, that I have a spell save of +1 and a bonus action on my attack rolls.
All right, so what is your spell save DC normally?
It is a 14.
A 14, so now it's a 15.
Yeah. Is that
So-
the right number here?
So you get the plus because of the other thing. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I got a 12. So this is going to hit full damage on these 3 here.
We should run. Do you want to know how much?
Absolutely. Tell me how much and then do me a favor and double it.
Oh.
Why do I get to double it?
They're wax.
They're wax.
They're wax.
Yeah!
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
And then doubled at the end.
And double it.
Some of that Baba Yaga coming out.
Yeah.
34 times 2, 68 points.
Wow.
Where once stood creatures barring your way, 3 of your foes fall. We're actually going to say you move forward to get line of sight to them.
Down.
What does the world witness as they melt into a puddle?
Just like there's the most harrowing, horrible, gruesome, like if flesh was to melt off bones.
Yeah.
But that kind of like, as they melt in and they make this most horrible noise and horrible smell too.
Yeah. You smell like burning hair.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's nasty.
And all of you look and kind of notice the shadows underneath Zora's eyes, like kind of lengthen for a moment as you channel some of this ancestral power within you. As the hair comes back and you see embers kind of almost at the edges of it, it's not a comforting sight. It's not the light in which you typically see your wife.
Can I roll for hotness?
It was 68. It was 68.
I also like to, for people that for people that really like that dread form of Galadriel, you might feel a type of way about this.
And I want to add, Jasmine, that I don't know who notices this, but there's enjoyment in this.
And seeing your enemies unmade in such a gruesome fashion.
And seeing death.
Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
Would Hex work in this situation?
So because of your Hex magic, you can cast Hex without the use of a spell slot once per long rest. So
as a bonus action?
Yes, so
Okay.
typically you wouldn't, I think it always casts at bonus action speed. So it always is a bonus action, but you'll only be able to do this once per long rest just because you can only expend 1 spell slot per turn, but you have a way to cast it without expending a spell slot.
I think this guy looks pretty powerful. I would like to Hex him.
Absolutely.
The red wizard.
The creature emerging from the pool moves forward, kind of leaving these streaks along the stone floor. Half of its form is kind of melted and being made and unmade almost simultaneously in this waxen pool. With a hunger in its eyes, it's dragging its torso towards you, but it can't make it all the way. Taking what would be left of its legs, it is instead going to try to attack the tallest character. So it'd be you, Wesley. It's only going to make it to the edge of that pool, I think.
Okay, let's do it.
15.
15, that's gonna exactly hit.
Oh, meets it, beats it. That is going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As another piece of wax begins to form around your legs, and Wesley's form starts to create one of the gruesome pictures that you kind of came in and saw, one of these wax scenes. This one beginning to depict a cleric being dragged to hell by a baby displacer cub and a small child.
So disrespectful. Chomp and my brother? How dare you?
A young drow and his pet displacer beast.
Oh.
Crem, you hear this and you see your wife behind you almost cackling maniacally.
Just like our honeymoon.
And you just smell burning hair and wax.
I've taken quite the beating. The first thing I'm going to do is I just go, look over there, and cast Sanctuary on myself as a bonus action.
Yes.
So this is the way that Sanctuary works. It lasts for a minute, or if I take an attack roll, cast a spell, deal damage. And it's wisdom saving for 14 against anybody trying to hit me or hit me with magic. Area effect, it doesn't affect. So I'm going to cast that because I'm going to try and move out, which will probably give an opportunity attack for both these critters that are going to attack me, probably. I'm assuming.
Yes, but they will be doing so. I think they have to make a wisdom save in order to do so.
Otherwise, the attack fails completely.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Or they have to latch onto somebody else. So this is the 3-stage plan I have. So I'm going to cast
you're right
Sanctuary,
there.
move back towards Wesley, so I'm on the left-hand side of Wesley. Whether that does that incur an opportunity attack? I'm assuming?
Let's
Two of
see. What is the DC for that spell?
The DC is 14, Wisdom.
They're not particularly wise. The first one, the one that's not within melee range of anyone else, comes down with its like sort of sculpting tools again, but his chisel doesn't find its mark as you kind of deftly, rock gnome that you are, kind of like slide underneath it. The second one is a 17. So that one will hit. Except it doesn't, because that's a 10 on the attack roll.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I understand their limitations because I've been studying them for a while.
Yes.
Cool. So I sort of slide past these two attacks. Look over there! And I get up next to Wesley and go, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here with you. And then I'm going to turn to Solus. And much like Predator's laser cannon on his shoulder, I'm going to touch the beak and go, ah, ah, which translates to, buddy, this might feel a little tickle in your throat, but I want you to aim at these two critters in front of us. I'm going to touch Dragon's Breath on his beak and make him shoot Fire Breath on, I guess it's a cone and it's 15 feet, so maybe the two in front of us, directly in front of us.
Yeah, that would
Just go-
work from the
And just sort of
positioning.
like shrug my shoulder to aim him like, wah, at these two.
Does your cobbled together construct go after
The
you?
companion goes after me on
Perfect.
my turn.
Amazing.
My reanimated
So it's going to
companion.
go right away, I think.
It'll be right away.
Do they make a dex save for this?
They do. This is a level 2 spell, but it's a dex 14. There's nothing else I can do. It's exhaled a 15-foot cone, choosing the different elements I can choose. I'm choosing fire. If they don't save, they get 3d6. If they fail, they get half that. So they still get hit no matter
Oh,
what.
half. I love half damage.
That is a 11.
Okay, so I'm going to cut it. So they're going to get full damage.
You're going to get
3d6?
full damage and then double whatever number you come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, kids, stay in school. All right, so the 3d6, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12 points of damage each.
12 points of damage each. The two headless ones, right?
Yeah, two heads.
As the flames come roaring out of Solus's mouth and these creatures' legs are unmade, you realize they struggle more and more to move quickly in their efforts to sort of maintain the Melder's artistic vision. It takes the piece of its leg that you have so cruelly kind of turned into a column of wax, and still hot in its hand, it's going to fling it at, we're going to say, actually I'm going to go in order, 1, 2, 3.
That's cool. For the motif, I think this makes sense.
2, who was 2?
Me.
Oh, dang.
Perfect.
Well, not for you.
24 is
Yes,
to
that
hit.
hits.
Dang.
6 points of bludgeoning damage as another piece of wax kind of forms around you, reducing your movement speed and threatening to keep you here forever.
So, in response, I will activate my Mistwalker feature, which is my dark gift, to teleport 15 feet.
Where do you teleport?
So as the glob slams into my chest, Lividity's skin and everything's just kind of fade and dissipate, and you see the skeleton standing there, which also fades in this sort of like, as she over to here.
Nice.
Amazing.
You still take the damage.
I still take the damage.
Right.
You still take the damage, but it's a
Nice
it's a
reaction.
very great
It
moment.
uses my reaction. Yeah.
Eloin, you're up.
Okay, so these two headless creatures, they are bloodied? They're looking at the end of their rope?
The one on the left.
Okay, well, my initial plan was to steal my friend's eye back because a debt is a debt, and I don't want to have to owe this woman another eye.
Another eye.
But we can't do that, so I'm going to notch an arrow and shoot at the one on the left. I'll roll for hit.
Okay.
It's plus 9, right? Yes. 4 plus 9, 13 to hit?
Just barely misses.
Best barely misses. Okay, well, I'm going to take
You
another...
see your arrow strike true, but just kind of get embedded in the wax while it hardens rapidly.
Okay, I sort of grit down and shoot another arrow. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's same roll, 13. Okay, I will then... I have to hold this position while you all exit, just to be able to shoot and slow them. I will move 40 feet towards the entrance as well, but I'll stay on the top there, yeah,
Amazing.
and pass the turn.
Bye, good luck.
The creature that was striking at Crem instead directs his attention towards you. He doesn't have a lot of movement, but from my vantage point, he doesn't need a lot to hit you. He moves 5 feet forward. He'll make 2 attacks. That's a 16 and a 10.
Okay, 1 hits.
Ooh.
He hits you for 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
It strikes down on you, and its friend over its shoulder lobs another piece of wax at you, continuing to build this morbid art piece that has started to form now up to your knees.
Gotta get out of there.
That's only a 10.
That will not hit. I have 15 AC.
You do still have a displacer beast, a cub, and a young drow child kind of formed out of wax, holding on to each of your legs as they seem to be dragging you into what you can only surmise is hell.
And my movement at this point is like, I got hit twice. So my movement...
It doesn't stack.
Okay, that's cool.
So until the end of your next turn, your movement speed is decreased by 10 feet.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Lividity, you're up.
So Lividity is going to rush back in here, coming around to here with one in the red robes. I'm gonna make an attack roll with the dagger that I have, and because I have a companion within 5 feet of the target, I can gain sneak attack.
Oh,
Not
fantastic.
advantage, but sneak attack. That's 17 plus 5.
That's a hit.
So then we're at D4. Sneak attack is at 3d6. That's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 13 points of damage, piercing damage with the dagger. And then because of my weapon mastery in dagger, I can make the secondary attack as part of the attack action with a light weapon, which is this silly hammer I have.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'll go ahead and make that attack. That's 2
Yeah.
plus 3.
Your first strike does hit true, though, and as it does, you see the wax kind of rapidly forming in around the entry wound.
Okay.
You wonder if piercing is going to be as effective on this as it is against your more fleshy enemies.
5 more points of damage from that. I forgot to add the ability.
Fantastic. Every little bit counts. Wesley, you're up.
Alright.
Your dead brother is clinging to your leg.
And his
Indeed.
animal friend from our childhood.
You killed him too, I assume.
I couldn't bear to see his eyes, so I had to do what needed to be done. Can I discern from the 4 in front of me, do they appear to be undead?
They do not.
They do not. Interesting.
As you look at these creations, you're seeing pieces of them now blown apart, and you're looking at the pool of gore that Zora has left behind. You don't see any human remains in there. It only reveals a waxy skeleton that then further collapses in and melts on itself.
Okay. I think I am going to move back. So regardless, I do need to move towards you, though.
Drama
Yes.
queen, 5 hit points is so many.
No,
it's not.
I will invoke an opportunity attack, but I am going to turn and move towards the exit and sidle up next to you with my 20 feet of movement.
The opportunity attack is only an 11.
Okay, so it's gonna miss. Wee! You look pretty bad. So, as I look at the rest of my party, has anybody else taken damage?
Yep.
Yes?
I haven't.
Okay.
Oh, the 2 of you haven't, I think, because you're kind of hiding. Your stealth was successful. I'm sure you survived that by now.
At least for now. Yeah.
Yes.
I am going to use a 3rd level spell slot, and I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Whoa.
Because this seems pretty serious. So I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, take it.
Thank you.
What do I have to bribe you with to give my healing to Lividity? Is that possible? Donuts?
I do like donuts.
15 to everybody. 15
Oh,
health back to everybody.
amazing.
Including myself, which I needed. That was a bonus action spell. If I'm within range of this, I'm just gonna take a little whack with
Yeah,
at
you
the-
can
at
use
the
your
guy.
action. You can even use cantrip, I believe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you know what? Yes.
yeah.
I think I will do that. I think I will do just that. I think I am going to do a Sacred Flame. So that is a Dex 14 save from the wizard. Are you sending?
Got a 17.
Dang. All right. I don't believe it's half damage.
No, it's not. It's just.
Yeah. Yep, just flat. Yeah, so I tried to do something and it didn't work.
As you go to cast out your sacred flame, you see the glint of fire kind of catch on the pale, waxy eyes of your brother, kind of clinging to your feet. Is that how you killed him?
Oh, shit.
No. I stabbed him. Repeatedly. Until he stopped moving.
Oh, all right.
And then I did the same to Chomp.
Wow.
So you have more mercy for the wax creatures than you did for your loved ones.
I learned a lot in my service to Oriel.
Cigarette.
I was not as merciful then as I am now.
I get it.
I knew you would.
Yeah, it is now the one robed in red. It is his turn. He's going to make 2 attacks. I see everyone is in range.
No need to look at me. My hit points have just been restored.
I'm gonna roll a d4 for fairness. Do you want to
wow.
pick? Do you want to pick your numbers?
3.
What does it mean? What are we rolling for?
Who's gonna get hit?
2,
Who's gonna get hit?
1.
Yeah, I'll take 1.
It's 1.
Yes.
Liberty flickums! What?
The first attack is for 18. I believe that's a hit. So the second slam attack is going to hit you as well.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's going to attack twice with the sculpting knife for 18 and 24.
That's
I'm
both are good.
I'm pretty sure both of those are hits.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like,
Not damage, not
yeah, I
damage,
was
not
like, that's
damage.
not the damage.
Not
Okay.
damage.
For 9 slashing damage, and then 7 slashing damage as
16.
it strikes at you twice with this short sword it has in its hand, kind of whirring around, feeling this heat coming off of you in a wave from your freshly cast fireball. You see like its robe begin to melt down, and almost in a rage, as its like wax-like form is revealed, it turns around and cuts you twice.
And I want to be like, not the face!
Zora, we're at the top of initiative. It is your turn.
Are you allowed to tell us how well these monsters are doing now? How many hit points they're at?
How do they look?
How do they look?
Sure,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Only one is bloodied.
The one on the left.
That one, yeah. The other 4 are relatively healthy. As your dungeon master, I love you all and I want to see you succeed. I want you to know that your spell slots are kind of valuable. So it is something to consider.
Above the table, you do have your sorcery points, which you haven't used yet.
Right,
So
right,
you
yes.
have a unique ability as a sorcerer to get spell slots back without resting.
Yeah, and I think I still do have 5 of them.
You haven't
You
used
do.
any.
You haven't used any.
Great. What is everyone thinking? Fireball or let's get the hell out of here?
I think we should get the fuck out.
You could attack and then move.
And you've activated your innate. You're more powerful at this moment, so
Yeah.
you should land it.
We're going to outpace them when we leave, so if
But if
you
we're
don't-
going to be leaving anyway, there
Yeah,
isn't
why
any
don't
point
waste
in
the
spelling
spell?
that.
Why waste the
Right,
spell?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Meanwhile, signaling, calling to these guys. I think we need to go. We need to leave. We're not gonna win this fight.
as dueling with the Red Wizard, just being like, I agree, we should leave.
Yeah. So Zora is going to turn around and I guess run.
That will trigger an opportunity attack unless you want to use one of your abilities. I do believe like you have Misty Step at your
Or you could
disposal.
action disengage and just use your whole action as a disengage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll disengage then.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Nice. Nice.
The one emerging from the pool of melted wax is going to continue to drag its torso forward, now grabbing a piece of its like sort of half melted off jaw and flinging it at you. I'm gonna roll to see who it goes for. 2. I believe that's Lividity. Let's see if it hits. It'll slow you if it does. 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the wax kind of crashes against the side of you, threatening to kind of freeze you back in place. Now in like a sort of new form of like trying to get away. Almost as though they want to perfectly capture you're never being able to escape this place.
Dang.
Crem.
Do I know with my roll, which I forget what it was, whether or not they have like true sight or blind sight or anything like that?
Above the table, I did say earlier, you know that they're immune to blinded.
Yes.
I would say, yeah, Crem, since you know that these creatures don't have like true anatomy, that they don't see the same way you and I do.
Got it. So that's actually very useful to know, so I'm going to nix that plan. Okay, so is it just like solid mass for its legs, or
It's like the statues at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Like
Oh, so
there
there's
is a body
humanoid
underneath, and then
element to it. Okay.
and then there's like wax robes over it. And it takes
Cool.
like very careful study to realize that it is wax. You have to look really carefully. And even then, there's small adornments that are metal on each of these, but for the most part, they are wax.
So I got a funky idea. Seeing that my wife, an involuntary little sigh comes out as I see her speeding off and out of danger. Lividity, God bless them, I don't really know them that well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. What I'd like to do is take out my alchemical jug from my bag of holding, douse, I think it's like a liter or something crazy like that, just swallow as much as I can of the oil that I can produce from it. Do a massive, like running towards its legs, power slide my way underneath it, spit straight up at, let's say, its crotch, and then use a flint and tinder, which I would always have in my person, to then light that as I scoot through.
Yeah.
Don't you have Dragon's Breath still?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Your familiar has it.
Oh,
My
the
familiar
familiar
has
has
it, but
it.
we don't know when we're going to have a next long rest.
Fair.
And that's a level...
It's a concentration. It's still going.
Yeah. On.
Oh, wait a second. Let's
Yeah,
wind
yeah,
this
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Hang
On
on.
the- yeah.
And you haven't taken damage, so you wouldn't have.
I haven't lost concentration.
Yeah, because
I did not know this. This changes a lot.
Yes, so
Charlotte.
your Dragon's Breath is still going.
Great, and it is a level 2, I might remind everybody, of Dragon's Breath. So what I wish to do is bonus action, if that's okay,
Yeah.
take out my jug, fill my mouth with that,
Yes.
which it will, I assume, will understand what I'm saying, what I'm thinking, because we're sort of connected now. Then going to do the same dash. It's going to fire its Dragon Breath as we slide underneath, and then I'm going to spit out the oil to additionally try to damage it with the Fire Breath.
Yeah.
And I am fully prepared that this may have some effect on me as well.
Yes.
And me.
I was gonna say, this is fantastic. You don't have to roll for anything. You know how to spit.
I do know how to spit. Yeah.
We all do.
Dev!
Yes, I do.
We all do.
As I open the quotes book at the back of my notebook.
Yes.
Did I finally get a quote? Yep, you got one.
You know how to spit.
I'm gonna say that spitting is a trivial action.
Thank you.
And so what you'll be rolling for is probably a dexterity save
Yep.
to see if you get caught in the blast. Once you give me that dex save, and I'll need this from you as well, Lividity,
Dex save, good thing.
since you'll be caught in the area of the blast,
Absolutely horrible.
Spit range.
go ahead and roll me your fire damage and add an additional 2d6 and then double it.
All right, I need to do my dexterity first.
Yes,
Dexterity save.
yes.
Cool. Okay, that's 3, but I have disadvantage, I think. No, do I have disadvantage?
Not on
Ability.
saving throws.
Great, thank goodness for that. This is a +3.
You just need to beat a 12.
5. Damn it. +3. That's an 8. So
That's
don't
an
do it.
8. So you will be caught a little bit in the blast radius. Lividity.
That would be an 18
An
dexterity saving
18.
throw.
So you see this unfolding in real time. You see Crem's eyes dark to his wife, the only thing that matters, and you realize he's about to do something very foolish, and you prepare, like any good rogue does, to get out of the way.
Maybe I shout a little, oh, we don't know each other, but trust me, get down.
I don't trust you.
Go ahead and add 2d6 to those 3.
That's 5d6.
5d6.
Thank you. May I please borrow some of your
Yes,
dice?
please. I have a bunch
Just to
of-
indulge.
here's some D6.
Yeah, that's right. Thank
How many do you need, Jim?
I need. No, we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Papa needs a new burnt candle thing. That is a 6,
Nice.
3, and a 3.
Yeah.
That's 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage.
Very good.
Double.
Double. That's
36.
36. Yeah. Wait, I gotta think of something clever to say. I call this one a creme brulee. As I slide underneath it.
That's me laughing, not Zora.
I know. She would never.
Crem. Your foe falls. And as it does, the other wax creatures, their lieutenant, now dispatched, lose their resolve and indeed their will to fight you, since they don't have really wills of their own. They are imbued with the spirit of their creator, and their creator's general has fallen before you. Paint for us the picture of what the rest of the world sees.
So you see Crem screaming out, I don't know who you are, but you might trust me, and diving out the way, sliding through the legs, blasting this through Soulless, and then adding this amazing Spitfire onto the fire. It completely envelops the Red Wizard to the point where his head just becomes incredibly hot, and a bursting blue and yellow flame comes from it, and afterwards it starts melting like the witch out of, Wizard of Oz. Write that down. And through it, Crem disappears into this like candle substance. And for a split second, you think he's been completely enveloped, and then he just punches out, still sliding, but now covered in wax, which is now obviously burning his skin a little bit. And he sort of slides and slides and slides, and he comes to a complete stop on his back. You just hear this little puff of smoke comes out. Did we get him?
You're charred and take 9 points of damage
Fair enough.
from your own fireball.
Did we get him?
Lividity leans down and picks up the short sword on the ground and goes, "You got him."
You hear the melder somewhere far above pick up a more angry, morbid tune, and you start to hear movement in the other parts of his gallery.
Let's leave.
Your path is clear.
I run.
I stumble.
As you emerge into the coolness of the night, out of this wax forge, a horror begins to descend on all of you as you realize night has fallen while you were inside the four walls of the prison. As night falls, you start to see the mist come alive. It forms creatures impossible to describe, entities with large cavernous eyes and giant maws that reach out. And as they do, you see one completely shatter a lamppost into splinters.
Didn't like that, I'm sure. They wanted to be a lamppost, not splinters.
It occurs to you all that you will be ripped to shreds if you try to traverse the night.
Is there anywhere to shelter nearby?
As you ask this question, you hear Contessa, or rather I should say...
Oh yeah, my belly, my pregnancy.
Yeah, your pregnancy
Completely
bump.
forgot about her.
Say, I know of a place you might be able to seek shelter for the night.
Where is it?
She pops her head up and she says, well, I think it's probably protected from the mist.
Can you take us there?
Oh, of
Like
course.
right now?
Of course.
Like quickly?
Well, I don't know about quickly, but I suppose we could take you there. She kind of like comes like floating up out of your shirt to lead you, and then her eyes fall on you and they narrow, and they're no longer cute and cat-like.
That's where you went.
I capped her. You've brought it here. You've brought it here. It's going to take me back to him, probably, or put me in another horrible little tube. And you see her begin to shriek as you are no longer under cover of sunlight, as her voice begins to echo louder and louder. You won't take me back! 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 You're buffeted by waves of sound that get louder and louder and louder and louder. And those of you that are next to Lividity start to feel your bodies like kind of pushed back by the sheer force of the full wrath of this banshee.
Can I do something? Or
Absolutely.
I cast silence.
Thank God.
Ooh, okay.
It's a concentration spell. No sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on the point I choose. So if she's in front of us, I instinctively go to my knees and I cast silence.
Yeah, as you do, and there's like a moment of peace interrupting this ear-shattering thing that was only building in volume, you feel a trickle next to your ears. You realize your ears are bleeding.
Can I try and put these little wax defender things I have? Boom. Yeah. Boom.
So yeah, I no sound can be created, which includes us, inside. So everything's quiet.
So we can't speak to each other?
We can't. We could signal to each other if you can speak telepathically to each other. No sound exists inside the space. You also can't cast spells by voice.
Okay, got it.
As her wails build and build and build and build, they almost start to cut through your bones like a hot knife through butter. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I missed.
No. Ooh.
Oh, not bad. 17.
Oh, what?
As the shadows claw forward and you see Lividity fall to their knees, barely holding together in
one faced with this wail of anger and resentment and rage at being contained for so long, finally unleashed. You all see your friend Contessa, but now, instead of warmth and kindness in her eyes, you see murder. And in Lividity's, we see...
an extreme annoyance and pain. And readying one of those little hammers to just throw it at this banshee.
You notice at that point the hammer says hammer time on it.
Yeah.
See if it works. That'll be where we end today.
No, that's a good
Getting involved.
cliffhanger. That's, yeah.
She giveth and she taketh away.